It began with a stranger stumbling out of the shadows, half-starved, trembling, and carrying a secret no one in the quiet Dutch village of Ruinerwold was prepared to hear. When he pushed open the door to Café de Castelline, the staff felt it instantly. Something was wrong. Not the usual wrong that follows a drunk or a drifter. This was different. His clothes were worn, his eyes darted like a trapped animal, and he seemed terrified of simply being seen. No one knew his name, no one knew where he'd come from. But something about him whispered one chilling truth. This man was running from something. He ordered 5 beers and swallowed them one after another, as if trying to drown whatever memories were clawing their way toward the surface. The staff exchanged looks. They'd served every kind of customer this small rural town could produce, but none had ever carried a fear like that. A fear that looked earned. He left without speaking another word. The next night, he returned. Same clothes, same hollow stare, same trembling hands. And this time, it was obvious. He wanted to say something but couldn't force it out. The staff tried gentle questions, small talk, anything. Finally, the dam broke. He said he hadn't been outside in 9 years. The cafe fell silent. 9 years? In Ruinerwold, where everyone knew everyone? Where farms were open, neighbors were close, and secrets rarely survived a day. But the stranger wasn't finished. He said he had 4 brothers and a sister still trapped on a farm, that he was the eldest, that they lived in hiding, and that he needed to end it. Some staff thought he was drunk or confused, but one look at him made something clear. This wasn't a story. This wasn't a hallucination. This was desperation. The cafe owner, Chris Westerbeek, did the only thing he could. He called the police. What officers discovered the next day would shatter the illusion of Ruinerwold's peace forever. The farmhouse on Buitenhuizerweg sat far from the road, surrounded by the kind of quiet that swallows screams. Inside, officers found a small room they first believed was empty. But then someone moved. Inside that cramped space were 6 children, silent, afraid, and insisting, almost rehearsed, that they were all over 18. They were not. They were between 12 and 15, unregistered, unknown to the world, born and raised in secret, 6 lives hidden in a single room for nearly a decade. And the stranger, the one who escaped, was Jan, 25 years old, the only one who had ever managed to slip past the walls that held them captive. When investigators dug deeper, a darker reality unfolded. The father, 67-year-old Gerrit Jan van D, had allegedly kept the children concealed under what police described as a warped doomsday belief system. He didn't act alone. A handyman named Joseph B. was suspected of helping him maintain the hidden world the children were raised in. No school, no registrations, no documents, no contact with the outside world, only obedience, fear, and ritual. Investigators alleged that the children were punished harshly, forced to pray for weeks, given only water, struck with sticks, or placed in ice baths until they lost consciousness. Gerrit's own diary reportedly described these punishments as cleansing rituals meant to rid the children of bad spirits. The deeper police looked, the more horrifying the truth became. Evidence of control, evidence of isolation, evidence of a belief system built to erase the children's existence from the world. Yet despite everything, none of the siblings filed formal complaints. Trauma suppresses justice long before justice can heal it. By the time the world learned the truth, Jan and his siblings were finally free. But freedom did not erase the shadows they carried. As of today, Gerrit and Joseph remain in custody, and the investigation continues. 9 years of secrecy doesn't unravel easily. Jan and the younger children now walk slowly into the world, A world with color, sound, choice, and danger. A world they were taught to fear. A world they are learning to trust. One small piece at a time. Their story is disturbing. Their journey is fragile. Their healing is ongoing. But there is one truth that rises above the darkness of this case. Sometimes the most horrifying prisons are built in silence. They don't need chains or bars or guards. They need only control, secrecy, and the absolute isolation of the human mind. The people of Ruinerwold passed that farmhouse every day. They nodded at the man who rented it. They saw nothing unusual. They heard nothing strange. And that is the chilling reality. Evil doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes it hides in plain sight, behind ordinary doors in ordinary villages, beneath the certainty that nothing like that could ever happen here. But it did. And it reminds us of a moral we cannot afford to forget. If something feels wrong, if someone seems afraid, if a whisper of danger crosses your path, listen. Lives are saved by the people willing to notice the quiet suffering others overlook. Courage is not always loud. Sometimes it is a single young man walking into a cafe and saying, "I need help." Sometimes that is all it takes to break 9 years of silence.